So we're just going to transition right into the Sharash, Ibar, Hebrew roots, breaking down the understanding of our Hebrew language as we come back to the covenant and Father bestows upon us his spirit. So the topic is really, that was just, to get the news started, get everybody's blood pumping. But the topic was the land of the north. And that's what pretty much inspired my class, the land of the north. And when I researched it, this word popped up. And as we continue to meditate, study, fast, pray, we're realizing more and more just about this language. And like me and Marah, I went to his desk and I said, man, he said, he said, we probably just scratching the surface on what, how this language is used, because this language is alive. So the first part, it's going to be a little bit different because I want to take y'all through my thought process and how it's almost going to be like, it's always an open book, but like, it's no wrong answers. So right here, this is not even the main word that I want to focus on, but I just want y'all to tell me what this word is in Hebrew, and then we're going to move on.
You're doing a different strong.
Y'all, anybody? What you got?
Tazah pa wana.
Tazah pa wana. Anybody got anything else? What you got, Miss Joy, in the bag?
I just got the ale. Just Alon. I don't know.
Anybody else? Okay.
Sister Korea has Taza Awana.
She said Tazah Pawana.
I wanna.
Okay. Tazah Iwana. Okay. So for Sister Corinne, I wish you was here just to see a beautiful face. But so there's no I character here. See what she said.
Yeah, you're right. I take it back.
No, but that's fine. That's how we learn. Like I know people feel like, because that's how y'all know we've been marred in this Greek school system. It's no wrong answers. Like, in a sense of like, I don't want to say it's no wrong answers, but it's not bad to get something wrong, because that's how you learn. So okay, he said it's Tazawan, but so I would agree with this character here, Taza Pawan. Taza Pawan. And I'm not asking y'all to break this down or anything right now, because this is not the word I want to focus on. So it's right here. Taza Pawan, and according to Blue Letter Bible, Strong's, it means north or northward. And then when you go into the characters, it means to be hidden or dark, right?
No, I'm seeing where you have the Strong's definition down here.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize, I always put the Bible word in there or look through the Bible. I didn't realize we could put the Hebrew word and then it gives you a Strong's definition.
No, it don't. I put north or land of the north.
Oh, and it broke it down that way. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it breaks it down for you. Yeah. And then it's again telling you from the Genesius Hebrew Chaldee lexicon that it means hidden or obscure. But again, this wasn't the word I wanted to focus on, because it also has a root word. The root word is the one I want us to focus on. So break this down. Tell me, how do you say it? And then go ahead and start thinking about how you would break it down. And then I'm gonna walk y'all through like my process on how I break it down so we can all learn together.
Give him some music. Be back.
I don't know if it's gonna get rid of the people online.
Well, I just play it from my phone. You say you want to play that Zamaria special? What you got? Which one?
Go ahead, it's always been you. Let me hear what that's talking about.
This one.
Please.
So what do y'all have as far as how do you pronounce it? Tazapan. Tazapan would be wrong either. We just don't know. You know, I just got in the habit, like Maras said, of making it easier to pronounce for me. So Tazapan would not be wrong. I wrote Tazapan. I wanted trying to wait for there he is, trying to wait for Verge. But I just want to ask y'all a question. I'm glad I looked down because I almost forgot. So this is what I was writing. I was sitting beside you, but there was an example that something happened in the secular world of sports that I was like, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to like translations and them being in the Kool-Aid and not knowing the flavor. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question. If I say, oh, he's spitting, what does that mean?
He's spitting that fire.
Rapping.
He's spitting knowledge. Dropping that wisdom.
Dropping knowledge, correct. Like I said something good.
Bars.
Con. So so Stan Van Gundy is an former NBA coach, and now is a commentator. He wrote, let me see, I think I saved the picture just for this, honestly. But it made sense to me about the Hebrew language and how I know they're missing all of the context to this Bible because of how we talk to each other. So Stan Van Gundy, former NBA coach, now he's a commentator. He said 90s NBA teams had just a trainer and a strength coach. They practiced more often and harder and played more back-to-backs. Teams now have huge medical and performance staffs and value rest over practice, yet injuries and games missed are way up. He said, something's not working. Kevin Durant comes back and says, Stan spitting. Stan spitting. Right? So we all knew what it was. Y'all said it. Stan comes back and says, no, I'm not criticizing the players. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? And he goes on to say some other stuff, but it ain't important. And KD has to come back and say, Stan, I agree with you. Mariah, I know you feeling me on that one. I said Mariah, but that's a great real life example of we're just a different people. And even amongst each other, like you always talk about the different generations, we may use words differently. So I just wanted to, in my I wrote it down. I just wanted to bring that out. Does anybody, and for me, I felt like this one is not a simple one, but maybe it is. But that's why I wanted to walk y'all through the process and then try to prove what I came up with. So anybody have, this is like your free draft, because I'm gonna give y'all another way to come up with it. So this is not your final answer. What do you think this could mean? Go ahead.
I said the path that
Security.
One job.
Top of fan. I said the path that closes or opens the gap to the chosen seed.
I might want to write that one down. You said the path
That closes or opens the gap to the chosen seed.
They got real deep.
But see, that's how you should be
stepping up first.
That's how you should be thinking.
Her hand with a ball.
Real quick before the in-house people, anybody online want to say what they think it means to them?
Sister Korean said, to be hid by the word or to be hid by the shepherd.
To be hid by the word or to be hid by the shepherd. All right, and anybody else?
Yeah, what I got was the path to the scattered seed. Because on my card here, I know that the pa could also mean the mouth, scattered, edge. So, in the path to the scattered seed.
Okay, that's good. The path to the scattered seed. You had some.
It was similar to that. I was still trying to put it together, but what was coming to my rock was scattered. And I guess it's going to depend on the context, but what I heard was scattered to the edge. I'm just thinking about, you know what I'm saying?
Father is real. The Most High real, man. This language is real.
I just know,
This language is real. To me, it's flowing. Go ahead, Sister Kayla.
I guess it falls in with kind of with everybody else, but I was just saying, thinking, well, not, I guess it could be path, but like just something to describe speaking directly to his seed. So whatever he's saying is for us. So whether we're at the four corners or all together, it's always directly to, he's speaking directly to his seed. So us, it's not for, kind of like not for us. It's not for everybody, but for us.
I got you, and you on track too. Anybody else?
I got the same sister.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody online? Okay. Well, now I'm gonna go through and give y'all definitions. A lot of the reasons why we can't figure out what this stuff means is because we don't know the definitions of what the characters can be. So that's what I've been trying to increase in my own studies, to be able to figure out what the Most High is saying. So I said I'm gonna give them, like, it could give you the answers. And then it'll be some that stuck out to me. So now y'all can go back and look at these and figure out what you think it means based off of these options. So the taza, the first character that looks like, you know, a man or something on a path or something coming to the end of something. It says it's the man on his side. It can also be a stronghold. It can mean to chase something. It can mean to snare something. It could be on a path. It can mean to hunt. It can mean to wait patiently. And it can also mean to trail. Then we have the pa. It's the open mouth. It can mean outer. It can mean edge of something. It can mean blow, scatter, or corners. And then the one is the seed of a man, is the seed, air, life, to continue, to be established, or inheritance. And I didn't even find that inheritance anywhere, but in the Rawak, in the context, I'm like, if you're my heir, then that means the inheritance goes to you. See, so
My seed.
right, which it goes to the seed. And so like some of these, you know, I just got so many different references like that card Sister Gina got. But some of these too, it's just really paying attention to what's going on, and you can start to see words that relate to each other. But I feel like once you start having more things to go with, it can help you. So my thought process was that first, then it was to start picking some of those words out. So I got them outlined and read, and it turned out to start being a lot more than it was originally. But I'm gonna do two definitions for this because it can be more than one depending on the context, which what Samaria said. But before I tell y'all mine, with these characters in mind now, if you need a few minutes, that's fine. Or if someone has anything different than what was said before, feel free to let us know what you think this means.
Kind of how
Let's make somebody on the line, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I had my thought. I wanted to give everybody a chance to speak, but the Most High was speaking to me in the sense of, at first when I saw Taza, I knew that it means a man on his side, but I was like, man, I wonder if this can be like somebody bowing, like to submit. So when I was thinking about it that way, I saw to submit to the breach of life, thinking about like an anti-messiah or evil power, or, you know, something that you're giving your authority to because of your faint-heartedness. So
What did you say the middle one was? The pop?
breach.
Breach. Okay, because the opening. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, of course, the outline, if you're outlining something 9 times out of 10, I think of it as like a stencil. So if you outline it something, that means you're like poking a hole, or there's a breach somewhere. Just like in Pesach, you know, Pesach is coming up. And we know Yahweh stood in the breach for us, which is by his blood. So I looked at it as when now that I see snare as well, to be snared by the breach that's been established.
Again, there's really is once you start breaking it down like this, I would say there's not really necessarily a wrong answer. It just depends on how you're looking at it. But what you said, I think I'm gonna try to remember it, and it can possibly come up later, like in context of what this could be about. So yeah, I could see a little bit of what you're saying if we take that tazan to be bowing or submitting or snared by something. So go ahead.
So I don't know, my mind just keeps going to the positive connotation of this and thinking about the house of Israel. And so even though I know, like I said, you got me with the pie, because mouth is not highlighted, but I'm gonna just
real quick, because it's not highlighted, don't mean that you can't use it.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, don't mean that you can't use it, but This was just my thought process.
Okay, well, all praises. This one came to my mind, because like I said, I'm still thinking about our process to get back to Zion. And what came to my spirit was how path to the mouth of inheritance.
Okay, so what do you do with your mouth? Like,
Open
or
speak.
you speak. When you speak, what do you speak?
Life, spoken word. Oh, when air.
Somebody said it.
Wisdom? Words.
Words.
Oh, yeah.
So say what's your definition again?
Path to the mouth of inheritance.
So change mouth to
Words. Okay. Path to the word of inheritance.
okay. See, because
Okay.
this is not what I got.
Gotcha.
But because we thinking, see, you working it out. But I didn't have mouth changed to words, but then that would mean, you know, in the positive, being on the path to Yahweh Shai.
The word.
Is the word.
Wow.
Yeah, because let me back in on Maria. What did Abba tell us to do? Look up.
Con. Anybody else? All right, one more. So this is what I ended up going with right here.
Okay.
And so I wrote up the top, it says the land of the north, and it's Ha-Arataza, La-Tazapan. Ha, like he just said, behold, or the, and Mara, you can help me. I was wondering, I could have just put Tazapan, Arataza. I figured that. But still learning that thing about subject and what goes first is kind of hard for me. But I kind of figured that. But Arataza, when they use land in Hebrew, Arataza is earth. So that's what that word was. So it's the earth or the land of the north. Ha-Arataza, La-Tazapan. So I went with snare, stronghold, scatter, inheritance, seed, or seed inheritance. So the first definition that I came up with, unless anybody else want to say anything, was behold, a stronghold will snare and scatter the seed of my inheritance. Wow. And I hope that process started to help y'all so y'all can do the same thing. Because this is not an overnight thing, and I hopefully by the Spirit of the Most High can prove what I'm saying here.